Good morning. I just got up a little bit ago and today is Monday, and today is actually the first day of one of my summer classes, or actually my only summer class. I'm only taking one, but it's around 8:45. I probably got up maybe 30 minutes ago, as we can tell by my lovely morning voice. But I'm gonna go ahead and make a coffee, so I figured my voice is awful. I figured I'd talk to you guys while I make this coffee. I also want to do a video about all my go-to coffees at some point, so if you guys are interested, comment that down below because I'd love to make that. But yeah, let me go ahead and start making this and talk to you guys about my summer class. For my coffee, I think I'm gonna do some version of a caramel macchiato. That's kind of loud, so I can't really talk while that's going on. I just frothed some milk, almond milk. I'm also gonna add creamer, Nut Pods, French vanilla. Oh, yum. God, it's so good. Ah! Well. I moved over to my kitchen table because the lighting's finally good enough. I swear this is the first time it's been sunny in probably a week and a half, but figured I'd catch you up because I haven't vlogged in a little bit. But my brother, he is graduating next week, so we as in my family had a little graduate party for him at a golf course where mine was a couple years ago, and it was really nice. So I went home for that for a couple days. I helped set up, so I'll include some little clips and stuff of setting up balloons and party decor and all that good stuff. What else has been going on? Oh, I saw In the Heights. I guess it was Saturday night at the actual movie theater. It was so good. It was so fun. For those of you who don't know, Lin-Manuel Miranda, who wrote Hamilton, which is a really big hit, my favorite thing ever, he wrote another musical back in I guess he didn't write it in 2008, but it was out in 2008. So I was literally 7, so I've been waiting for this for a long time. They made it into a movie and it was so good. I did a lot of thrifting when I was home because there's just a lot more options there. So if you guys wanted me to start doing a thrifting series or a thrifting haul videos, comment that down below as well because that's super fun for me and I go thrifting probably more than the average person, probably a few times a week. But the real reason I wanted to make this video is because today I'm starting my first summer class and I've never taken a summer class at actual JMU, my college. Last year I took a summer course, but it was at my community college and it was my English class because I'm not sure how it works at other schools, but at mine, if it falls under your major, you have to take it at your college. You can't transfer it from different community colleges or stuff like that. So last semester I took English, the easiest class I ever took. I literally had a 100 in the class, so that was really nice GPA boost. And then this year I'm taking just a health class. It's chronic diseases and disabilities. So it starts today and it's 4 weeks. So that's a little scary just because it's gonna be super fast paced and everything. But what I like is that this one's gonna be asynchronous, which works out perfectly for me because I'm working pretty much full time now because I don't have anything else to do. So it's nice that I never have to get on a Zoom call or anything. I can just bring my textbook, bring my computer, and just pretty much do all my work while I'm working. But I actually don't even have my textbook. I ordered it, I just have been out of town, so I haven't had a chance to pick it up. And they were closed yesterday because I got it shipped to the bookstore. So I'm gonna have to pick that up today. I think that's about it. It's gonna be a really relaxed day. I'm about to go to Target and then I'm also gonna pick up my textbook. I figured I need a notebook to take my notes in. And then yeah, I also need to get my sketchbook, my textbook. And I think that's all the errands I really have to run. But I will say that I logged on to Canvas this morning, where my class is, and I went to assignments and modules and there's nothing there right now. I don't really know. But I can't vlog with my car on because it's obnoxiously loud. But I'm gonna go to Target and the bookstore and then hopefully nowhere else. Alright, so my haul is literally just my notebook and my textbook. That's like all I got. Cheapest Target trip ever. I do want to share though my thoughts on like summer classes. And again, I'm only gonna be a junior next year, so like haven't really taken too many summer classes. From the one I took last year, I'll say if you can take a class at community college, do it. Not only is it gonna be cheaper, but most of the time it's gonna be a lot easier. Like the one I think I took last summer was probably around 8 weeks. This one's only 4 weeks, and it's like double, triple the price of the one I took last year. But again, this one's part of my major. I wanted to get it knocked out because I have a very full course next year, or full schedule, I guess. So I definitely wanted to get it knocked out this summer because why not? I have the time. But if you guys can take a summer class at your community college, like all your gen eds and everything, definitely take them, because you can probably take 3 gen eds for the price of 1 class at your regular college. You guys might have had a community college class that was super hard and super complex. But again, I think that all depends on the professor too, is how they run their class and everything. Again, that's just my opinion. That's sort of my feeling about it. I'll say I've only taken 1 class per summer just because that's really all I needed to take. My friend Rachel, which you guys have seen on the channel before, she's taking like probably 4 or 5 classes this summer, and they're all through JMU, and she's been doing like the 4 weeks. She's dying a little bit, but it's fine. The one thing I just want to say is if you guys can take a class at your community college versus your 4-year, definitely look into it, because again, it's going to be most of the time cheaper, most of the time a lot easier and less stressful. There's a great site, I don't remember what it's called, I'll put it up on the screen because I just don't remember, but it's a site that allows you to like put in your 4-year college and then like your community college, and you can look up the class that you're looking to take at your community college, and it'll tell you if it transfers to your 4-year, because that's another thing too, is you don't want to spend all this money to take a class at community college if it's not going to transfer over to your 4-year, because there's no point. So that site's really, really helpful. It'll help you know if you can like transfer it for something else, or if it's the class that you need it for. The English class I took last year, it correlated to one of the Englishes in the cluster that I needed, so it just helps around with that. Or you can reverse it and look for the class that you're trying to sub out, and it'll give you that correlation for the community college, if that makes sense. So like if you need English 100 for JMU, you could put that in, and then it'd say, okay, you need to take English 105 at your community college. So that's really, really helpful. And make sure you do a transfer form too. That's just through your school. I don't know how every other school is, but at least with JMU, you had to fill out a form with your advisor, putting the community college class and then putting the one it would transfer for, and then you have to get their signature and approval just so they can say that you can do it. But yeah, that's really all my advice I have on summer classes. But yeah, I'm gonna go check out my Canvas course and figure out what I have to do today. I thought I'd show you guys what I'm eating for my snack. So I just cut up some mini peppers and broccoli, and then I have this olive tapenade hummus. But I figured I'd show you guys what I'm eating because it's now around 11:30. I've just been cleaning and doing other things, so I finally am gonna sit down and eat because I never ate breakfast this morning, whoops. But I'm gonna go ahead and eat this snack, and then I'm gonna log on to Canvas and get some work done for today. It's now a couple days later. I couldn't even tell you where I stopped vlogging. It's Friday now. I started that video on Monday. So I've now been doing this class for almost a week, and honestly, it's going pretty well. He doesn't have any like grades or anything for us yet, but as far as like workload and getting stuff done, I feel pretty confident about it. I've done a lot while I've been at work because we've been so slow, so I've been like taking all my lecture notes and everything like that. Something I also really like about this professor is that he has everything due by like a weekly basis rather than like day by day. He doesn't have like one chapter due Monday, one due Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on and so forth. So that's really nice. It makes it really easy to like plan everything out and get everything done. What else is there to update you on? I made this water. It doesn't look like water, but it's basically just frozen fruit, and use that as like your ice and then top it with water, because I'm literally the worst at drinking water. So you're also supposed to add like a splash of lemon or lime juice, but this is really good. You can like keep refilling it, so that's pretty good. To end this video, what I wanted to do is include kind of other people's perspectives on summer classes, because it's one thing to hear mine. I think I have had pretty good experiences with summer classes, so I don't think it's fair for you guys to only hear like my praises and everything. Earlier this week, I reached out to some of my friends who have also taken summer classes, both at community and JMU, community college and JMU. First up, we have Rachel, and I'm gonna screenshot it and put them on the screen too, but I'm just gonna read them for you guys. Hers says, I took 4 classes over Maymester, which for those of you who don't know is the classes that are 4 weeks in May. In order to finish up my gen ed, it was a lot of work to keep up with each day's material because each day was a week's worth of content in a normal semester. For example, the day after I took one of my midterms, the professor was already sending stuff about the final. So unless you're super organized and on top of schoolwork, I wouldn't take more than 1 at a time. It was also harder this summer because COVID took away our spring break, so I've technically been in classes since January with no break, so that made it even more overwhelming. I've only ever taken one class at a time. She took, I think, 3 or 4 at one time, so yeah, that's definitely not ideal, especially if you aren't super organized and can't really work at like a fast pace. It's definitely gonna be overwhelming for you, but for those of you who can do it and take it like a champ, why not? You know, go for it. Gibby, for those of you who don't know, her name's Gabrielle, we call her Gibby. I went to high school with her as well. She's the one who gives me all my coffee recipes. So I also reached out to her, and she said that she took one last summer at our community college. So she said, I had struggled with calculus at JMU, so I decided to take the next level of calculus needed for my major at my local community college, and I'm so glad I did. It was an online course, and it was very manageable during the summer while also having a job and a social life. I found that the class was much easier than the version of the course in my college, and I'm very glad I chose to take it at my local community college instead. My biggest struggle with taking a community college course was that because we were all coming from different universities, I didn't know anyone in the class, and I didn't have anyone I could reach out to except the teacher if I needed help. Overall, I'd recommend taking a summer course at a community college rather than a 4-year institution because from my experience, it is more relaxed, slower paced, and a lot cheaper. Agree 100% with everything she said. And again, these are people's opinions, so like no one's gonna be right or wrong. What I was saying in the beginning of the video, how if you take one into community college, it's typically gonna be a lot easier and cheaper, so definitely try and take one into community college if you can. If you're taking one for your major like me, it might be kind of hard to. If you're taking just like a gen ed, definitely get that out of the way at community college. All right, and the last person I reached out to was my friend Paige. Paige went to JMU her freshman year and then transferred to the University of Richmond. So hers, Paige said, so May term here is a lot harder than I expected. I'm just using it to finish my gen eds and take the next level health class for my major, and since it is only 5 weeks, it's very fast paced and tons of work. My health class has daily essays and other exams are very close together. It definitely helps to get gen eds over with, but I wouldn't suggest taking harder classes during the summer. Again, just reiterating what the rest of us has said, that take easier classes over the summer because they are a lot more fast paced. Definitely don't try to take like, I don't even know a hard class, but don't take one of your harder classes over the summer. I mean, there are pros and cons to it, I guess, because one, you only have that class, so you have more time to focus on it, but again, you are taking a semester's worth in 4 weeks. So it just depends. It depends on what you're comfortable with doing and everything like that. But I hope that helped you guys out because again, I think it's beneficial to hear about more than one person's experience.